In conversation with our technical experts, I'm Nischal Maheshwari. Nischal, you mentioned government capex could be a big theme, but isn't that something which markets have already factored in? Most of the government-dominated stocks, whether it is MNC capital goods stocks or even domestic companies, they are trading at P multiples, which in a sense are already pricing in a 15-20% growth.
Yes, I think to an extent it is. But then if you really look at it, the newer sectors which are emerging, basically something like what I was talking earlier, the Kavach order of 10,000 crore, which has come out last week. I'm saying, yes, it has been anticipated for a long time, but it's happening now. And similarly, now some of the materials which are used. So cement is one particular sector, basically. I believe at least for the next 2 quarters is going to be very good numbers for cement, because the first 6 months there was hardly any orders from the government side, and that's why cement was not doing well. So I believe volumes are going to pick up. Earlier you were talking about metals. I believe metals is also showing you some amount of strength. One, for the reason that government orders and capex happening. Secondly, possibly anti-dumping duty. So that way, I think still some there are a lot of things one can play on this government capex theme.
What's a good time to start buying consumption, Nischal? Because you cannot have economy where consumption just falls flat. There would be some time when the consumption will come back. The idea as investors is to reach before the market actually sees that real turn.
I think consumption is disappointed for a long time now, Nikunj. I think one should wait and see a very clear U-turn before going in and actually buying it. But what I see here is basically, yes, I think a government spending should actually spur the consumption side also. You have now got good rainfall. I think the winter crop is also going to be good, given that there is enough water in the ground. So I think the March quarter should be one, basically one should start tracking and looking at consumption, but don't jump the gun. Wait for a clear indication from the companies that they are start seeing growth once again on the ground. Because now the disappointment has been a very long one, basically. So you don't really want to preempt it now.
Take coming in on consumption in the last few minutes, apart from C Info System, which is of course climbed quite a bit. There's Blue Star, which is doing quite well in the trading session. There's a bit of a recovery when it comes to Metropolis Health as well, and Westlife Development too, from the lows of the trading session, is perking up a bit in the last few minutes. So just watching out for some of these names. On the losing side, however, Chalet Hotels is giving up. Lupin is under pressure. Concord Biotech is seeing a bit of a decline from the highs of the trading session. Kunal, wanted your take regarding Blue Star. That stock is doing quite well, and Metropolis Health as well.
So Blue Star, on the short-term charts, when we looked at the recent, price trend, the stock has rallied from, I think the recent base was around 1880, 1900 for the stock. It's moving towards the previous highs of 2150, 2200, which it had hit in the month of, September and October start. And from there on, the stock had gone through a correction. So I think on the back of higher volumes, this move looks to be a lot more stronger for Blue Star, and my expectation is that in this leg of up move, the stock should be able to cross back above the previous highs of 20 to 50. The near-term targets, which one could look to set, for the stock on the short-term basis, and after this 200 to 50 point correction, should be on the upside of 200 points for Blue Star, which means closer to 2400, 2450 could be a potential target range for the stock.
Okay, point taken. So that's a view coming in on this one on the charts. Just taking stock of what else is happening in the markets. For the frontline index, we just continue to be around the 24,630 mark. L&T is one stock which is showing quite a bit of strength at this point of time. Just wanted a better sense around that. Naresh, what's the view on L&T?
So L&T looks very promising, major breakout in the making. So if you look at the last 6 to 12 months, there were 3 attempts to 4 attempts on the lower end of 3250. We saw it on election day before that. And on the upside, there have been 4 to 5 attempts around this 3850 to 3900 mark. This was the highs back on the opinion day, poll day, as well as back in April of this year. We finally broken out above those levels today. So it's a clean breakout, buy at current levels as well as on dips. This could be setting up for a move to 4,500 eventually.
He's looking good. On that note, Nischal, we let you go. Thanks so much for making time and speaking with us. Just taking a quick closing trade idea from our technical experts, Kunal.
So that'll be a buy on Jubilant Food. That's a chart which is looking extremely attractive. Now trading closer to 700 mark, 690 thereabouts for Jubilant Food. Would look out for targets in the range of 725 to 750 over the very near term.
Naresh, what about your closing trade idea?
So that would be a buy on Muthoot Finance. The stock looks interesting, showing a lot of relative strength, crossing the last 1 month highs above the 1992,000 mark. Could be headed into new all-time highs. Would keep a stop loss below 1950.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.